Listen up, everyone. Listen up. You know that great deal got him a new car? This is the guy from Lithia who made it all possible, Carlos.
Hey, Carlos. Hey, Carlos.
You want someone who's gonna take care of you and not just the dealership? My guy should be your guy.
Hola, Carlos.
But not for you, little sister. Thank you for coming.
Find your guy during Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford and on lithiasuperstore.com. Not a dealership, a partnership.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 40 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland and Medford, and now Bill's Glass in Grants Pass.
Hello and welcome, sports fans, to this live video streaming event at Table Rock Sports Productions. Jeff Lang alongside Jason Brewster coming to you live from Crater High School in Central Point, Oregon. Thanks for joining us tonight, February 4th. Welcome to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou, featuring the traveling Ashland Grizzlies taking on the hometown Crater Comets. We're pleased to bring this game on TableRockSports.net in partnership with the Central Point School District and our participating community business partners. Be sure to download the new version of our free app. Watch all Table Rock Sports and network events on your phone, tablet, PC, anywhere that you connect for free. Jason, good to be with you Tuesday night. It's a school night.
Likewise, Jeff, good to be here on a Tuesday night school night tilt with visiting Ashland, traveling 20 minutes up I-5 to take on the number 3 ranked Crater Comets. Tough week for Ashland. They just faced the number 1 ranked Churchill Lancers, and it showed. That was last Friday. 44-93 was their home loss against Churchill. So see if Ashland can right the ship here tonight against the Crater Comets.
Grizzlies come in with an overall record of 8-9. And I'm trying to track down their league record. There it is. They are 3-5.
Yeah, they've beaten North Eugene, North Bend, and Eagle Point. Otherwise, they've lost their other Midwestern League games. So this is an important game for Ashland to try to work their way back to even.
And we got starting lineups now for the Grizzlies, dressed in their away red and white trim. Starters: Nate Whitlock, he's a senior. Anthony Smith, a senior as well, wears number 1. Gabe Eckwall, also a senior, wears 3. Finn Hilden, wears number 5. And number 12, that's Hawthorne LaPierre, and he is a sophomore. Again, the Comets come in with an overall record of 11-5, and they carry a league record of 7-1, as Jason mentioned. Number three OSAA ranking here in the state of Oregon. Starters for Coach Chris Schmerbach's Comets, dressed in white tonight. That's Jaden Grains, the senior point guard. Hunter Chubb, 6'1" junior wing. Braden Ray, the 5'8" junior guard, joined by Kruger Edwards, the 6'6" senior, and Nathan Biddle at 6'11". Crater High School pep band on hand tonight for the second consecutive game. The Comets ramped up a Friday night matchup with traveling North Eugene. They came away with a win, a resounding win, 66-35. This past Friday, again, ran their overall Midwestern League record to 7-1. As it looks like a two-horse race now in the Midwestern League play, as the Churchill Lancers are 8-0 and the Comets are 7-1. And
of course, they've split games. They met up at the Les Schwab Invitational, where the Comets came out ahead, and then had that heartbreaking overtime loss in Churchill. So two tight teams at the top of the Midwestern League. Ashland's come out in what looks like so far, Jeff, kind of a traditional man-to-man offense, which is a kind of a different look than what the Comets are used to, as Nate Biddle draws such a crowd there. As I'm saying that, he's drawing two people in quickly, inbounds it, and back to Jaden Brains as he comes inbounds for the layup.
Assist to Biddle. It's a nice tip on the inbounds pass. Here's Smith now, has it over to Gabe Eckwall, the sprinter for the Ashland Grizzlies. Gets stopped by Biddle in the key. Back to Smith, also a sprinter on that outstanding Grizzlies track and field team. Here's number 12, first action, Hawthorne LaPierre, the sophomore. He gets it over to Finn Hilden. Is that correct, Jason?
Hilden is what I'm seeing, yes, for the corner three ball.
And Finn hits that three. Early lead for the Grizzlies. Grizzlies in that man-to-man defense, coached by Sam Ososki. He has ties to Southern Oregon, played a bit there for Coach McDermott long ago. There's Kruger Edwards into the hole, passes it to Braden Ray, thinks about it, back out to Edwards. Edwards works his way to his left, goes up with the right, and a late call by the underside referee. I believe that's on number 12, Hawthorne LaPierre. Jason, is that your pronunciation for Hawthorne?
That is, in fact, I've watched Hawthorne LaPierre, a talented sophomore for Ashland. He's led Ashland in scoring through a few games. He's a big kid. I would guess, they don't have the heights on here, but I'm going to guess probably 6'5".
Yep.
And, yeah, he's a good sophomore to watch for the future for Ashland. And Kruger Edwards continues his fine shooting from the free throw stripe.
It's like Damian Lillard-ish here. He just is automatic from the line all season long as Edwards. Here's Smith, works his way in with the left, comes up a bit short, rebounded by Biddle. Now an outlet on the left-hand side to Vrains. Sprints up, finds Chubb, bumped, and that's going to be an and one. Nice push by Jaden Vrains up the left. Kiss pass to his partner, Hunter Chubb, in for two.
Great body control from Chubb to take that contact, still make the shot off the glass, and complete the three-point play.
Shot up and in for Chubb. 7-3 now, 6.5 less first quarter on this Tuesday night from Comet Gymnasium. We're going to have to do a little research. Does this gymnasium have a name?
If not, it'll probably end up being the Nate Biddle Gymnasium before too long. Biddle has broken almost all high school records here at Crater, but I don't think so. You know, the football field's Dutch Meyer.
Yep. Let's do a little research here.
Yeah.
We've got some dignitaries in town. Push off by Smith, the senior, trying to create some space on Braden Ray. Good defense. He gets called for the forearm push, does Anthony Smith, the outstanding all-state sprinter for the Ashland Grizzlies.
Ashland does have some athletes in here. Nice pass from Jaden Brains. Difficult angle too, huh, Jeff?
Straight on. So again, my calculation's right. That's 100% from the field and 100% from the line, unless I missed something. But
I don't recall. Oh, no, there was. Well, Kruger Edwards got bumped. He did miss his layup, but he did get fouled. So, yeah, the Crater Comets are 100% from the field, 100% from the line. And Brains has at least 3 of the assists that I recall, Jeff.
Smith snatches it away from Ray, and here's the drive in by number 5. That's Finn Hilden. Smooth floater, doesn't get it to go. 9-3 now as Biddle pushes up the right-hand side. Chubb tosses it up. He's quadruple teamed, and that comes off the back iron. A strong rebound for Nate Whitlock. He goes high up. Well, knocked away by Kruger Edwards as they were looking for Hawthorne LaPierre underneath. Those of you that didn't see, the Comet girls come away with the Midwestern League win tonight earlier against Ashland. And they pushed their overall record to 15-2, currently ranked 4th in the state. So a lot of great things to come here for the girls and boys programs here on the hardwood. Finn Hilden on the offensive rebound gets an extra possession for Sam Osofsky.
And if the Comets have shown a weakness in the past in this season, Jeff, it has been sometimes giving up a few too many of those offensive rebounds. We've seen some games that they've struggled in, allowed teams to stick with them. It is through not boxing out on defense and not getting those rebounds. So that'll be something to keep an eye on tonight, see if the Comets stiffen up on their rebounds.
Long shot by Whitlock comes out hard. Here's a push down the floor on Edwards, but Smith got a good piece of Edwards before he can even get the shot off. So one might argue a good foul if there is such a thing by Smith.
Well, and again, it goes back to this the Ashland Grizzlies team. There's some athletes, some sprinters out here, and Kruger Edwards, in most cases, would have come away with a dunk on that, but a couple of quick Grizzlies got back in time to get the foul, and it turned out to be a smart foul in that Kruger actually missed the front end of his 2 free throws. Now he's back on track.
Back on track. Into the game is junior Malachi Grant. He wears number 15 for the Comets. Also in is sophomore Colton Brains at guard. He wears number 2. Not to be confused with his older brother Mason, wearing number 3 for the Comets for 4 years here at Crater High. Eckwall goes up, but he's bumped on the elbow. He's going to get a couple shots. Eckwall, a standout out on the gridiron for the Grizzlies, and also, again, in the spring on the track. Great athlete, shows a lot of speed in all 3 events.
Nice looking shot on the free throw, good rotation on the ball. Both of those were just pure. So Eckwall, just a good all-around athlete.
Edwards drives into the lane, contact. He's going to get to the line again, and these Ashland Grizzlies pick up their 6th team foul in the process, just a little over halfway through here in the first quarter.
Kruger Edwards with 4 out of 5 free throws tonight. He's it's nice to see Kruger going to the basket aggressively like that, getting the contact, getting the foul. Now 5 of 6.
Eckwall, hard pressure from Grant. And there is Hilden, and he gets it off. That's knocked away out of the hands of Nathan Carter, who's checked in the game. Eckwall blocked by Biddle, came out of nowhere. A long outlet to Kruger Edwards. Euro step up and in for Edwards. So Edwards has come to play tonight. How many points does he have, Jason?
That's 7 points for the senior Edwards. So good to see Kruger getting going like that.
Pass from Logan Sanford off the hands of Nathan Carter. It's a turnover for Coach Sam Osofsky. Easily downward pass to Biddle, goes up and rams that through. So high-low action is added early.
Nate Biddle really establishing himself in the paint, and we've seen this again a lot this season, Jeff. If the opposing team for the Comets does not have a big, strong inside presence, Nate Biddle's just kind of had his way in there.
Here's Whitlock. He'll take Grant. Up and in, comes off the back iron. Biddle controls, and now he pushes to Coach Shermerbach's instructions. And I believe that's going to be a foul on the pass. And it's going to bring up bonus here late in the first quarter.
Coach Osofsky's counting heads on his bench right now. There's 2 minutes, 25 seconds left in the first quarter, and the Grizzlies are into it. 7 team fouls. That was 7 team fouls, not 17 fouls.
Biddle with a miss on the front end. 2:20 left here, fourth quarter. Long pass into the drum set.
Boy.
Watch out, that's some pricey equipment down there.
I was surprised that drummer, he didn't dive in front of that ball. He ducked out of the way. He must not have paid for those drums.
No. You've seen Step Brothers, right?
That's right. Don't mess with my drum set.
Don't mess with my drum set, man. Into the game, Blake Eaton, the junior, stands and wears number 11. Again, more high-low, this time from Hunter Chubb down to Biddle. So Biddle, I believe, with his 6th point of the evening.
That is right. Jeff, if I was a Crater Comet and I'm inclined to try and get some assists, I know where I'm looking. Really close to the rim, down low, Nathan Biddle. He's big. He's got long arms. He does a really nice job establishing himself. I know on TV and in real life, he appears slim, but he's strong. He's got some toughness to him, and he does a nice job posting up down there.
Certainly Coach Osofsky and his team brain trust here, Joel Perkins included, is going to have to make some adjustments. They can't allow for that easy pass. They're either going to have to pressure that passer a lot heavier or double team Biddle down low to avoid those easy buckets. 18-5 now, 1:50 left first quarter. LaPierre to Eckwall, tapped out of his hands by Braden Ray. This is the only Midwestern League game going on tonight, Jason. Crater and Ashland. Everybody else
not
at
one
rest.
older. Okay, I didn't realize that. I thought that there was only one team per Tuesday that was taking a bye, but Tuesday nights are tough with the split between Eugene and Medford, Ashland, Central Point area. And then, of course, you've got North Bend kind of out in the middle of nowhere in this Midwestern League. And so these school nights can be tough to travel, as we know.
LaPierre guarded by Eaton. A nice pass to Nathan Carter. He misses that chip. He picked up by Biddle now with a handful of rebounds on the evening. Behind his back, between his legs. Tipped away. This time by Hawthorne LaPierre from Chubb. That's going to be ball pressure on Ray and a push. The 5th team foul on the Comets here in the first quarter. Into the game for the Comets, Kruger Edwards, Peyton Anhorn, and Colton Brains. They're joined by Eaton and Chubb. Ball tipped away into the hands of Kruger Edwards. He has a head of steam up to Chubb. Nice kiss off the glass to the 6'6" senior with a sweet pass to Chubb, who just kisses it off the glass. Here's another attempt to steal by the Comets, rebounded by Nate Whitlock now. The Grizzlies on the move.
That really was a great pass from Kruger Edwards to Hunter Chubb. Kruger, not usually that kind of in transition passing guy, but he's really broadening his range. Again, Chubb follows Edwards' layup attempt.
Here's Eckwall now speeding up the left-hand side. Goes up with his right hand, but that's going to be a player control foul as Colton Brains was underneath the basket and took the brunt of what I'm going to guess is about 180 pounds of Nate Eckwall.
Yeah, and costly foul for the Grizzlies, as Eckwall is not one that Coach Osofsky can afford to have in foul trouble. That's only his first foul, but he needs to stay out of foul trouble because he's crucial for the Grizzlies.
20-5 on the John L. Scott scoreboard. We'll be right back after this.
1991, Medford area residents have looked to Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon for vision care for the whole family. Specializing in optometry for adults and children, ECA uses state-of-the-art diagnostic tools to scan for health risks and get your prescription just right. Get your students a comprehensive vision check to ensure they have their best chance to learn and succeed. And look good while you see well. Specialists in our optical boutique have extensive styles on hand or can special order. We hope to see your family at Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon. Visit eyecaresouthern.com to learn more.
20-5 here with 26 seconds left. Comets possession. Anhorn, Colton Drains, Edwards, Eaton, and Chubb. Eaton out front, now to Anhorn, the junior, between his legs, gives it to Chubb. Last shot here clearly for Coach Schmerbach. Brains is going to go one-on-one, and that's with Dylan Anway. Gets it to Kruger Edwards, up and in with 2 seconds left, and the clock's going to expire. A nice quarter by the Comets. Let's take a full break here. Some great words from our sponsors here on Table Rock Sports. And the John L. Scott scoreboard, it's the Comets 22, the Grizzlies 5.
Listen up, everyone. Listen up. You know that great deal got him a new car? This is the guy from Lake who made it all possible, Carlos.
Hey, Carlos. Hey, Carlos.
You want someone who's going to take care of you and not just the dealership? My guy should be your guy.
Hola, Carlos.
But not for you, little sister. Thank you for coming.
Find your guide during Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford and on lithiasuperstore.com. Not a dealership, a partnership.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 40 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland and Medford, and now Bill's Glass in Grants Pass.
And welcome back to Table Rock Sports, Lithia Superstore Game of the Night. Jeff Lang alongside Jason Brewster is a player control foul there on number 15.
Dylan Anway.
Anway, the junior.
Is an interesting approach. Colton Brains putting pressure on him right at the midline, and he just kind of held him off with his left arm while he was dribbling. Wow. I thought that Kruger Edwards was drawing another foul. The official called a jump ball. The Grizzlies were able to tie him up. Or tie the ball up.
Edwards feeling it as he goes with 3 and dumps it down, and he's playing like an all-conference performer here, Jason, midway through the season.
12 points for Kruger Edwards, and that's a really good sign. I've talked about it before, Jeff, in my discussion with Coach Schmerbach. Was the issue. Schmerbach mentioned that he was really excited about this team because he feels like they have room to grow. They still have room to kind of coalesce, and you know, this is kind of the time of year when you want to see guys like Kruger Edwards stepping up and scoring the majority of the points, taking a little bit of that load off of Nate Biddle. And Hunter Chubb also, he's got 5 points tonight. He's been active. Jaden Brains with a couple points and some assists.
Travel called on Colton Brains, turnover on the Comets. Comets with just 8 games left, including this, in league play. Next up is North Bend this Friday. Long trip for both the girls and boys varsity squad. Grizzlies will next take on the Thurston Colts at home. That's on Friday. Pass off the hands of Carter from Eckwall, so a turnover for Coach Sam Osofsky as Anthony Smith checks back in. And he'll replace number 15. That's Dylan Anway. Another dime thrown by Kruger Edwards up top to Biddle, who is cruising in on the baseline for an easy throwdown.
Kruger Edwards needs to remember what he had for lunch today and eat that every day before a game, because he's just having quite a game, Jeff. The free throw line, he's getting to the basket. He's got his 3-point. He's 1 for 1 from 3-point, and he's also just had some really nice passes between that one to Biddle, the earlier one to Chubb.
We're going to be sure to get that one to engineer Chelsea Brewster here on the clock, and I can see her editing that clip, so we'll get that one to you here at our next break. Long 3-point shot comes up short. Comets look to push. That was taken by Hawthorne LaPierre, the 6'5" junior. Another pass from Colton Edwards to a cutting Biddle down the lane and throws it down. Another $25 out of the checking account of Idiart Law Group, thanks to the dunking for dollars.
Well, that was just so quick the way that happened, Jeff. Biddle coming down the middle, Vrains hit him in stride, and it wasn't a split second between when he caught that and when he was throwing it down. Nathan Biddle, just an absolute freak. Oh, speaking of Nathan Biddle, Jeff, one of a couple of his biggest fans are tuning in tonight, and that is Grandpa George, Grandma Patty. They're going to be traveling actually to North Bend to watch the game on Friday, but they're not here in Central Point tonight. They're at home watching it in Klamath Falls, so big shout out to Grandpa George and Grandma Patty.
All right,
watching
George
their grandson.
Patty, glad to have you with us. The math doesn't equal up for me. Medford's a little closer than North Bend. Maybe Patty and George are golfers going to stop by.
You know what? I'll bet. Well, this is Sue's parents, not Ryan's, because I was thinking, well, maybe they're doing some crabbing or something while they're over there.
Nonetheless, good to have more support in Coos Bay than less. So backdoor pass to Edwards from Biddle. The big man exchanging passes now. 31-6. 5 minutes left. Second quarter.
Comets are really just putting on a clinic in sharing the ball and getting those assists, especially in this half, Jeff.
Malachi Grant into the game. He's guarding Eckwall. Eckwall up the left side. Ball tipped away into the hands of Colton Vrains. Vrains up to Biddle. Biddle, that's an alley-oop to Kruger Edwards and throws it down. So again, these big men are taking care of each other on the break.
They don't know. Big men are not supposed to be able to pass like that.
That's 5 dunks here already in the first half for the Comets. That means $125 donated by the Idiart Law Group. So again, more clips, more highlights from these Comets. Edwards picks up his first foul. Substitutions, Ray in for Colton Vrains. Battle for the rebound between Biddle and Nathan Carter, and it's going to stay on this end. That's the Grizzlies. Shot long by Whitlock. Here's Malachi Grant goes and tries to get into the action with a dunk, and he was in traffic, folks, so for the 6'5" junior, that's a big effort to go into traffic and get it up. He got it over the rim.
That was great to see Malachi go after that so aggressively. Both Kruger Edwards and Nate Biddle giving him 5. They like the effort. They like the bravery, like you say. That's it takes a little more when you've got guys right next to you like Malachi did. And the ball did get over the rim. That would have been great to see from Malachi.
Ensuing rebound is a foul on Chubb. He went over the back of Finn Hilden, the junior. Folks, Siskiyou Cellular, stop by any of the 7 Siskiyou Cellular locations in Southern Oregon for a wide range of your wireless needs. For over 25 years, Siskiyou Cellular has been keeping customers connected to people and things that matter most. Siskiyou Cellular, presenting sponsor of Table Rock Sports.
I think Nate Biddle's got to apologize for that interruption, Jeff. I know it was so exciting. It's hard to do a read when Nate's got the ball.
hold my breath there. Here's Grant now on the push, way up to Chubb, and he's going to be fouled by Smith.
Smith does have some wheels, doesn't he? Just chased Chubb down on that nice outlet pass from Grant.
He does. One of the state's best in the 102-meter dash. And he's looking for a great senior season on the track for the Grizzlies as he picks up his 4th foul, Jason. Yeah, I said it, his 4th foul here midway through the second quarter.
Ooh.
More substitutions in for the Comets. Anhorn is returned, as well as Colton Brains and brother Jaden Brains sporting the white headband tonight. Eaton's now checking in for Hunter Chubb.
7 points for Chubb on that second free throw. Biddle's got 12 points, and I think all but 2 of those are dunks, Jeff. Jaden Brains making his presence known as soon as he checks in. Kind of stole the ball there from Finn Hilden for a moment, then dribbled it off his own foot.
A lot of ball pressure here by the Comets. Another foul. That's going to be the 10th team foul. A couple shots for the Grizzlies. Stay tuned. Coming up is the Crater Foundation halftime report. Of course, the foundation provides scholarships for Crater graduates to help them take the next step and succeed. Learn how you can help them too at craterfoundation.district6.org.
Hawthorne LaPierre with the front end of his 2 free throws. Folks, Bill's Glass is proud to be a sponsor with Table Rock Sports. Bill's Glass has been the industry leader and clear choice in Southern Oregon for almost 50 years, covering the full spectrum of glass from your vehicle to any room in your house. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Nice outlet pass from Vrains to Biddle, and he throws it down easily off 1 foot, 2 hands. Here's Vrains again. Back to Biddle. He'll go up and in for another 2. So Grizzlies cannot handle the ball pressure by these Comets. 39-9, 3 minutes, 15 seconds left to go, second quarter. Grizzlies just can't get anything to go. Again, that rim being protected by Biddle. Anhorn with it now to Eaton, to the corner to Vrains. Vrains looks to his older brother. That's tipped out of bounds. Again, same play we saw in the first possession, Jason, as the Grizzlies just can't cover that. And Coach Sam Osowski's beside himself.
Well, you got to pick your poison there, Jeff. You're going to let 6'11" Biddle get the ball guarded by a 6'4", 6'5" defender by himself, or Vrains is going to try and dunk this. No, he didn't. He says my knee buckled. I said that every time I missed a dunk.
Sure. He just didn't get the lift-off he wanted, but nice steal by Jaden, goes up and in for 2. 43-9, 2 minutes, 27 seconds left, second quarter. Three-point attempt, rims out. Anhorn now looks to push, crosses half court, right hand comes out, tipped into the hands of Hawthorne LaPierre. That's up into Tiati Williams. Back out to LaPierre. Eckwall has a clean look, nothing doing, off the back iron. Another clean look by Eckwall, off the back iron.
Long shots, long rebounds. Both those rebounds were out near the three-point line. And Vrains was he was driving, looking around, waiting for somebody to open up, and only the lane opened up right up until the end.
Inbounds into Colton Vrains. He's in deep traffic, deep in. Gets it up with his left hand, but no go. Defensive emphasis being barked out by Coach Chris Schmerbach. He's got state championship pedigree as he's won 4A state title. That ball ripped away by Braden Ray. Coach Schmerbach, a state title some 7-8 years ago up at Marist High School, a private Catholic school in Eugene. Here's Anhorn. He'll have a clean look. No doing. Minute left here, second quarter.
Colton Brains picks up his second charge, Jeff, and Coach Schmerbach loves to see that kind of effort. Those charging fouls are, they can get a team going just like a dunk can.
Finn Hilden charged with his third personal. He took off and left his feet, and at that time, Brains had his feet established underneath the hoop, and could have went either way. Under a minute now, second quarter. Comets with a hot hand. Everybody, Braden Ray into the lane now. He'll go up for the two-point shot off the glass, banks it in for the junior. Williams in the corner, gets it into Hilden. Hilden, there we go. Up and in for two.
Hilden leads the Ashland Grizzlies, Jeff, with 7 points. 7 out of their 11 points.
Brains works his way into the lane, kicks it to Eaton. Eaton yet to take a shot on the evening. Here's Anhorn. 13 seconds left now. Back to Eaton, back to Brains. Brains with his left hand goes in for the easy left-handed lay-in, but can't get it to go. 4 seconds now. And Finn is going to chuck it half court and come up off to the left. So, wow, 45-11 on the John L. Scott scoreboard as the Comets are in fuego. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back here on TableRockSports.net.
Hi everyone, I'm Officer Ashwell with the Central Point Police Department, and we're back with another episode of Traffic Safety First. Today we will discuss the Oregon Revised Statute, also known as ORS, for failure to yield to emergency vehicles or ambulances. Let's go. The information we will discuss today is from ORS 811.145 and 811.147. Failure to abide by this traffic law could result in the driver receiving a Class B traffic violation, which carries a fine of $265. It's also worth noting that drivers are not in violation of this traffic law if they are acting otherwise under the direction of a police officer. And here we have Patrick with Fire District 3, who's going to help explain this to us.
Well, thanks for having us be the part of the video. For all the drivers out there, when you see emergency lights or hear emergency sirens out on the road, we have them on because we're responding to an emergency and need to get there quickly. Yielding to emergency vehicles is very important for the safety of all drivers on the roadway, including law enforcement officers, firefighters, and other emergency workers.
I think we are all pretty aware of what emergency vehicles and ambulances look like, but here are some examples.
A fire engine.
A police car.
An ambulance.
Now when you see one of these vehicles with their lights flashing, their sirens on, or both, as a driver you will need to do all of the following.
1. Yield the right-of-way to the ambulance or emergency vehicle.
2. Immediately drive to a position as near as possible and parallel to the right-hand edge or curve of the roadway, clear of any intersection.
3. Stop and remain in such a position until the emergency vehicle or ambulance has passed.
It's pretty simple. If you see lights, slow down and move out of the way. If you abide by those 3 simple steps, you will be abiding by this traffic law.
Now that we've gone over yielding to emergency vehicles, let's talk about the move over law in Oregon. Officer Ashwell, what are you supposed to do as a driver when you see another type of vehicle displaying warning or hazard lights?
If a vehicle is indicating distress on the roadway, ORS 811.147 requires motorists to slow down at least 5 miles under the speed limit. Also, if you are on a road with at least 2 lanes of traffic in a single direction, you must make sure to drive in the lane opposite of where the vehicle in distress is located. And that's it for our 18th episode of Traffic Safety First. Check back next month for our next episode. Thank you to Fire District 3 for helping us make our video. Thanks for watching. If a vehicle is indicating distress on the roadway, ORS 811.147 requires motorists to slow down at least 5 miles under the speed limit.
Wait, 5 miles?
You didn't already know that? Well, something's come up, so that's going to conclude this month's episode of Traffic Safety First. Be sure to check back next month for our next episode. Thanks for watching.
Hey, do you have any snacks? I don't want to be back here anymore.
Well, don't run from me next time.
Workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Since 1991, Medford area residents have looked to Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon for vision care for the whole family. Specializing in optometry for adults and children, ECA uses state-of-the-art diagnostic tools to scan for health risks and get your prescription just right. Get your students a comprehensive vision check to ensure they have their best chance to learn and succeed. And look good while you see well. Specialists in our optical boutique have extensive styles on hand or can special order. We hope to see your family at Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon. Visit eyecaresouthern.com to learn more.
Waiting, even a few days, to report a work injury or illness could cost you everything. But how do you know what you should do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you. The driver of the car that hit me is uninsured. Can I still make a claim? Oh, I know. LetUsFightForYou.com.
For several weeks, the Southern Oregon Sports Commission has shown you examples of good sportsmanship and bad sportsmanship. Here's why. 75% of youth athletes quit sports by the age of 13 because they're not having fun. 75% of rookie referees also quit each year. Why? Well, it's because of the way they're treated by coaches and parents. We can do better. We must do better. Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.com.
How long will it take to settle my car accident case? Oh, I know. LetUsFightForYou.com.
Rock Sports would like to thank you fans for watching tonight and for your great comments on our new YouTube-based Lithia Superstore Game Center. Located on the homepage of our website, you can watch multiple streams live or go full screen with your favorite team's game. One way to help us keep this great service going is by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Just type Table Rock Sports in the search bar and click on the red subscribe button. You'll be entered to win prizes and get notices on local sporting events before they go live. You help us with a click, we'll help keep you in the game when you can't be there live, and you'll have a chance to win crispy, crunchy chicken and 2020 game tickets to an Oregon College event. Subscribe today.
Let's go! At US Cellular, we heard you. You want a wireless plan that works for you. That's why we're giving you unlimited data for just $30 on a network ranked #1 in network quality performance. All that and no hidden fees. That's the best value in wireless. That work for you? US Cellular. Choose fair.
For the best deals in wireless on a network that works in the middle of anywhere, visit Siskiyou Cellular, your local US Cellular agent. 7 locations, including Central Point off Plaza Boulevard.
The Associates for Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery provide professional, personal, and compassionate care for their patients. Their offices in Medford, Grants Pass, and Klamath Falls practice the full scope of services from corrective jaw surgery to wisdom teeth removal and much more. For more information or to schedule your complimentary dental implant consultation, call 541-779-3781.
We think in our stores that we have the best selection and the best value for the dollar.
My name's Haley, and I've been showing sheep for 5 years through 4-H and pigs for 2 years through 4-H. 2 years ago I got Grand Champion, and today I got Reserve Grand Champion. It's a really good program, and it teaches the kids self-responsibility. The program wouldn't be how it is today if we didn't have people like Sherm coming out and supporting us.
If you shop with us, you will save money.
Dear Dad, I was afraid to say this to your face, but I heard you yelling again from the stands during my game. You were shouting at the coach, the refs, even the other parents. It embarrasses me when you yell at everyone. It really stresses me out. I love sports. I love my team. I just want to play, but not if you always lose your temper. Love, Katie.
Know your role. Learn more at southernoregonsports.com.
Doctors James Savage and Rajiv Rajagopal are happy to welcome Dr. Brian Clevenger to the Associates for Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. Their offices in Medford, Grants Pass, and Klamath Falls offers a full scope of services from corrective jaw surgery, wisdom teeth removal, general anesthesia, dental implants, and much more. For more information or to schedule a consultation, call 541-779-3781. That's 541-779-3781.
Let's go! At US Cellular, we heard you. You want a wireless plan that works for you. That's why we're giving you unlimited data for just $30 on a network ranked #1 in network quality performance. All that and no hidden fees. That's the best value in wireless. That work for you? US Cellular. Choose fair.
For the best deals in wireless on a network that works in the middle of anywhere, visit Siskiyou Cellular, your local US Cellular agent. 7 locations, including Central Point off Plaza Boulevard.
1991, Medford area residents have looked to Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon for vision care for the whole family. Specializing in optometry for adults and children, ECA uses state-of-the-art diagnostic tools to scan for health risks and get your prescription just right. Get your students a comprehensive vision check to ensure they have their best chance to learn and succeed. And look good while you see well. Specialists in our optical boutique have extensive styles on hand or can special order. We hope to see your family at Eye Care Associates of Southern Oregon. Visit eyecaresouthern.com to learn more.
And welcome back to Crater High School. Halftime wrapping up here. A bump or a shootout, knockout, I guess you call it, by a young Hanby team.
Yeah. Oh, fun to watch it. Boy, when it got down to the last 3, they were all just draining their free throws.
Coached by Monica Hurd, daughter of longtime athletic director and former Ashland High School great David Hurd. Any Ashlanders that's listening, watching, we'd love material or information on David Hurd. We interact with him a lot. As Smith goes up, gets his own rebound.
But only good stuff that we can talk about on the air. None of the stuff that we all know about from the record books at SOU and so on. Finn Hilden comes out continuing his tear and leading the Grizzlies in scoring.
Back door to Vrains, kicks it. Good ball movement from Chubb up to Kruger Edwards, an easy lay-in. So excellent ball movement for the Comets tonight. Smith has 4 fouls. He's dribbling out at half court, picked up by Braden Ray. Finn Hilden had the last 2 for the Comets.
18 points for Kruger Edwards, Jeff. He's just really having himself a night. Another nice pass from Hunter Chubb. Nate Biddle with 14 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Nathan is on his way to a triple-double.
Eckwall gets Biddle up in the air. He's going to take the 3-point shot now and gets that to go. So Ashland is 2 of 3 here in the second half now. 47-16. Brains penetrates Chubb. Going to return the favor with a 3-point shot right in front of the student section. So 50-16. Nice move up and in, and that's by Nate Whitlock, the senior. Eckwall picks up Biddle. Biddle dribbles around, and that's going to be too much pushing by Eckwall.
You can see that Coach Osofsky has certainly made some adjustments. I agree with his adjustment there. I think Eckwall is the best candidate to defend Biddle man-to-man. Biddle's a difficult matchup no matter how, but you need someone who's strong and athletic. As Nate, a rare air ball from three-point land. And he's hearing it from his own student body section.
I like it.
They're chanting air ball at him, and he acknowledged that.
Owned it.
Yep. It's good, taking ownership of your actions. wholesale substitution from Coach Schmerbach as McIntosh, Colton Brains, Grant, and Anhorn all checked in with Blake Eaton.
Nice up and under by Whitlock for another 2 points for him here in the third quarter. These Grizzlies, it's been a dry spell against the Comets for the last several years. My math's right, it's been 3 years plus since the Grizzlies have won a home or away game on the hard court against the Comets.
That sounds accurate to me, Jeff. They have come out in the third quarter and have played the Comets well as Malachi Grant gets the Comets going with a 3. But the Grizzlies have scored 9 points here already in the first quarter. They only had 11 in the first half.
And that's down in the post. That's going to be called against Whitlock as he was, no, excuse me. That's going to be called against number 12, Hawthorne LaPierre, picks up his third. Tyler McIntosh is checked into the game along with Peyton Anhorn and Blake Eaton, Malachi Grant and Colton Brains. So all substitutes on the floor here with 5 minutes to go, third quarter. Colton Brains drains the three-point shot at the top of the key. So 3 3-pointers here early in the third quarter, won by Grant, Brains, and Chubb. Inlet pass into the underclassman, LaPierre, the sophomore, gets Grant up off his feet. Foul's actually going to be called on Eaton, so his second. Coach Sam Osowski off the bench applauding his players. Coach Osowski's 6'5", player himself. He's out of Westwood, California. He played a couple years at College of the Redwoods and then finished off his career for Coach McDermott at Southern Oregon for another 2. He was an assistant for a while for Coach McDermott for the Raiders before taking a teacher position at Ashland High School. I believe he's a health and wellness teacher there for the Grizzlies on the high school campus. Ashland High School a little bit smaller in student population than the Comets, not by much, a little over 1,000 students for the Grizzlies. Comets have about 1,400. A long pass is going to turn to a turnover for the Grizzlies.
Kind of a careless pass from Whitlock there, Jeff. He did have 2 teammates up the court, but they were in the middle of the court, and he still had a good 3-on-2 or 3-on-1 fast break opportunity. Just kind of tossed it out of bounds.
Tyler McIntosh looking to get in the scorebook. That rims out on the 3, picked up by LaPierre, now pushed by Anthony Smith over to Eckwall. Grant has him in check. Strong move by Eckwall. 2 football players collide in McIntosh and Eckwall. That's going to lead to a possession underneath to the Grizzlies. More substitutions for the Comets as the starters do come back in now with 4 minutes to play third quarter. Again, next action for the Comets this Friday in Coos Bay. They take on the North Bend Bulldogs. We will or won't have that for them, Jason?
I believe we are not going to have that one for them, Jeff. The trip, the planets just didn't align for that.
So don't believe that the North Bend game's going to be on this Friday at Table Rock Sports. Here's Biddle, has it in, kicks it to Edwards. Edwards with a pump fast to Vrains. Back to Vrains where it all, can't get my names right. Back to Biddle where it all started. Up and in for another 2, 58-23. Shot taken by Whitlock, sent back by Biddle. Comets on the run now, off the glass from Edwards to Biddle, and that comes, all right, it's hard to execute that pass.
It is, and Kruger has had some nice dimes tonight, but that is a difficult pass. As big as Nate Biddle is, as high as he gets, that just sailed over his head. The timing's got to be right, too.
Three-point shot by Chubb. rebound attempt by Vrains comes out of bounds. Vrains now lost the headband. Have you ever wore a headband?
No, no, I haven't. I've never really found the need to. How about yourself?
Wait, like because you don't sweat, or?
No, I don't know what the purpose is.
In fact,
I've always thought it was more of a fashion statement than any utility to it.
Having purpose to it.
I guess if I was bald, maybe I would. Oh. It's, again, talk about timing with that pass from Chubb to Edwards. Edwards just didn't quite have his steps right for it. So answer the question, Jeff Lang. Have you ever worn a headband?
Nope, nada. Never will.
Okay.
I may have tried one on, maybe one of my kids in the closet when no one's looking. It's just,
sure.
I've got to have longer hair.
Yep.
Just something where the hair just sticks out around the ears with that headband. But
I remember E.J. Singler. He kind of had a headband of sorts when he was up and playing at the University of Oregon, but he had these long flowing locks that he was trying to manage with the headband. That's never been a problem for me either.
Nice pass underneath to LaPierre, and that's from Gabe Eckwall. So some good basketball there here late in the third quarter. 58-25 now, a minute and a half left third quarter.
Jeff, is it too early in the season to start wagering on who potential all-conference players from the Midwestern League might be?
Certainly talk about it. Again, we're a few games left here as a rebound up and in by Braden Ray on the miss from Vrains. But we can certainly talk about it and discuss, argue if you will.
Sure. So we get a player of the year for the conference +5. Is that what you're giving us, or is it just one for each position?
No. So 6 total players will be on the first team. Yep.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and say unanimous player of the year. Okay. For me, anyway. Nathan Biddle.
Sure. Check.
No argument there.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think, for me, Jeff, I think there's 3 teams of the teams that we've seen, 3 teams that are going to offer up all conference players. Churchill, Crater, and Willamette.
Okay.
Now, Willamette, their record may not quite show it, but I'm a Luke Smith fan, so I'm going to put Luke Smith in the mix. He would be probably a shooting guard would Luke Smith be, as Nate Biddle tests his range. Nice defense again from Braden Ray with the pass to Malachi Grant and the finish. All right, so after Nate Biddle, player of the year, Luke Smith, I think I'm strictly between the Crater Comets and the Churchill Lancers.
Nice move up and in by Nathan Carter. Under 5 seconds left to go. We'll continue that discussion.
We'll talk more.
Braden Ray drains a three-pointer as the buzzer expires in the third quarter. Comets extend their lead, 65-27 on the John L. Scott scoreboard. We'll be right back here for the fourth quarter on Table Rock Sports.
Hello, I'm Lennox Scott, Chairman and CEO of John L. Scott Real Estate. In 1931, my grandfather started John L. Scott Real Estate. I would like to take a moment to thank you for your trust in allowing us to serve your real estate needs. Helping you realize your home ownership dreams is why we do what we do. But one thing is clear, it takes place one client at a time, each individual buyer or seller, because at the end of the day, it comes down to you. The past few years have been an incredible time of growth for us. We now have over 110 offices and more than 3,000 broker associates in the states of Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and California. But our higher purpose is living life as a contribution.
Welcome back to fourth quarter action here on TableRockSports.net. Jeff Lang along Jason Brewster. Start of the fourth quarter. Comets with Biddle, Ray, Vrains, Grant, and the second Vrains, let's call him Colton, Nice pass into brother Jaden. He's clipped, and he's going to go up and off the glass for 2. Brothers exchange pleasantries there. A little slap on the shoulder, elbow as they go by.
Good recognition and patience from Jaden.
Got a good Colton Vrain story for you if you ever want to
I'll
hear it.
bet you do.
Let me summarize it. So,
all right.
Moved into town 12 years ago. Colton must have been, 2.5, 3 years old at best. Somebody do the math. He comes over with his 2 older brothers. The kid can barely walk. I think he's wearing a diaper, basically. And we're going to the mall. We're going to Sports Authority, right, with Tyson and Megan, and let's load in. And, of course, we bring Colton along, a 2-year-old. We go to Sports Authority, and you know how big that is. Blocked by Biddle as Vrains goes down hard. It's going to be a foul. Anyhow, we're at Sports Authority, and nobody can find Colton. He's about as big as a little bunny rabbit, and who knows where the kid's hiding, in what aisle and what shoebox. So we put an APB out for the kid, and it seemed like an hour later, we can't find him, and we go outside Sports Authority, and I look down off the banister on the second level. Colton Vrains is being ushered in by a state policeman, and evidently Colton was outside the mall, going car door to car door, trying to get into what looked like our Tahoe at 2 years old.
Well, that's a mature decision at least.
Right. Yeah, it's good to see. Right, you're thinking like, hey, maybe they're out in the parking lot for me. That's where I'm going to go. And so cool as a cucumber. Nice outlet pass from Grant to Vrains. Vrains kisses it off the glass and up in and out to Edwards. Some showtime here now. A long court pass to Nathan Carter, and that's blocked with 2 hands by Malachi Grant. He's got a little hop in his step, much to the applause of his grandfather across the way.
Yeah, Frank Grant liked what he saw. Malachi's got a couple of aunts who are faithful watchers of Table Rock Sports, big fans, also college basketball players themselves, or former college basketball players, so shout out to them. I don't remember which ones, though. I know Whitney's one of them, and we talked a little bit about Whitney when we were up at Portland. She used to play for the Pilots. Malachi's got the ball right now. Pass it to Anhorn.
That's going to stay on the Comet end, so Anhorn, Eaton, Edwards, Ray, and Grant in for the Comets. Best thing about the story is I load the boys and, of course, Megan into the Tahoe. And on the way home, you figure the 2-year-old would be shaken up, but he's, again, cool as a cucumber, just like Braden Ray hits that 3-pointer. And Colton was most afraid in regards to what his dad would do to him for being lost. I was all worried about losing my neighbor kid, but his brothers would just berating him in regards to, how do you get lost in a mall? Dad's going to kill you. Of course, they're all joking and so forth, but that's what older brothers do.
Well, we talked a little bit about it last week, but all of the Vrains kids they're free-range kids growing up, so I don't think that's the first time Colton spent time in the parking lot looking around. Another nice bucket from Malachi Grant.
Little dribble penetration in for the 15-footer for the 6'5 junior. Smile on his face. Nice game tonight for Grant. 76-27 now. Grizzlies possession. Into the game, that's number 30. We don't have a number 30 in our program. We'll see if we can get a name on that. Also into the game, Dylan Anway. He's joined by Tiati Williams. Also by Nathan Carter. And lastly, number 2. And we don't have a number 2 for the Grizzlies either. So deep into the bench.
So number 2 played in the JV game, Jeff. He is a freshman.
Okay.
And watching the JV Ashland Grizzlies versus the JV Crater Comets, for my money, he may have been the best player on the Ashland team that played JV as a freshman, so he's going to be an impressive young man to watch. Wish I would have caught his name. Sorry, I can't help on that part.
Williams is fouled by McIntosh on the ground. McIntosh sporting that headband. See, he's got the hair like John McEnroe-ish, right?
Sure, he's that's a useful headband for McIntosh.
That's how you can pull that off. I just can't do it at my current hair length.
Right, I get it. I'm there.
Also into the game, that's Winston Jones, a senior.
How about wristbands, Jeff? Ever wear wristbands? Well, you're a tennis player too, and tennis players tend to find more need for those wristbands.
Right. Trying to wipe the brow and all that good stuff. Absolutely not. No wristbands needed here. Yeah, we just didn't have all that stuff when we were younger, did we?
No, it wasn't really an option.
Gosh, if I remember, I had 2 pairs of socks that would last me the whole basketball season. I wouldn't wash them all year. I'd leave them hanging in the locker to dry after each practice. Got stiff as a board afterwards for the next day, but
yeah, they'd loosen up.
We were talking earlier in the week about the number of shoes. You know, a pair of shoes would last us all year. I don't know how they would stay in mint condition.
Yeah.
But nowadays, you know, you wear shoes and they seem to wear out a little bit quicker.
No, I agree. I mean, that's these kids, they'll go for 2 or 3 pairs in a season.
McIntosh up to now Grant, drives in, player control, and he's going to get the and one. So Malachi Grant with a nice game here against the Grizzlies. So just what the Comets needed is just to build this confidence deeper into the bench.
And this is, again, that time of year when you want to see kids like Malachi really stepping up and improving their game, getting ready to go into the postseason.
Malachi misses the three-point opportunity. Battle for the rebound comes down into the hands of the freshman. Let's just go with that. Anhorn now. Blake Eaton into the game. 3 minutes, 45 seconds left. Let's talk about some famous alums. We always do a little segment here late in the second half of the opponent. His Grant shot comes off to the left into the hands of Jones. So Ashland is full of famous alums.
Yeah.
So I know you know a couple, or at least one. Let's have you started out.
Well, let's see. Ann Curry, right? Is it Ann Curry? Okay.
Right. I saw Ann Curry this summer.
Yeah.
It was up at some winery. I can't remember the name of it. It was beautiful out in Jacksonville.
So she still has local ties and still comes back to Southern Oregon frequently enough.
Has her mother in town. I don't know if she lives in Ashland still, but her mother was there and she was visiting and kind of had a group around her. But it's good to see Ann Curry, of course, former newscast anchor at NBC and on the Today Show, and anyhow, a graduate here of Ashland High School, and was on as a local anchor here for several years before she moved on to her stardom.
So Ann Curry, there's certainly some sports figures from Ashland. Not the least of which would be Chad Cota.
That's right, Chad Cota, a 1989 grad, so similar in age to you, a couple years younger than me.
Same year I graduated high school in '89.
Caden Laster into the game, gets a three-point shot up, rims out, controlled by the Comets. Here's McIntosh. He's going to go in hard. Ball's going to be tied up, and a foul on the Grizzlies.
Jeremy Guthrie.
A pitcher. I can't recall which major league team
he
pitched
with. In the World Series for the Kansas City Royals.
Right. I think he made a nice donation to an athletic complex there on the Ashland High School campus.
He must have, because the field or a portion of it are named after him.
Just over 2 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. On the court for the Comets, Caden Laster. He's with a drive, a kick to Tate Brewster, and up and in for a three-pointer. So right in front of the Crater bench.
Tate Brewster shoots just like his mom. It's
Money.
nice to see from Chelsea.
What they call that is money. So Guthrie, a 1997 alumnus. Got to mention Sonny Sixkiller. He's a 1969 grad. I believe he played college football at the University of Washington. And he was also in the movie, a cast member, I believe, in The Longest Yard, a film made in 1974. Very popular film. I believe that's a Burt Reynolds film. As Brewster is going to take that player control. He was set on the block, and Williams came with his chest barreling into Brewster's chest and comes away with the player control foul. 81-29 now, under 2 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Stick around after the game, folks. We'll quickly, and I mean quickly, there's Spencer Higginson with a long three-point shot up and in, just like his old man, Spencer Higginson. Or his father, I should say.
Yeah,
he's not
old Spencer. Well, we still call him Old Spencer.
Younger than I, but shot reminiscent of his father. A nice arching three-point shot for Spencer. So stick around right after the game. And again, I mean right after, we're going to have the Southern Oregon Sports Commission player of the game up here in the booth with us. A Comet player will be talking about their play tonight and what's upcoming on the highway ahead for them. A minute left here. Spencer has another shot. This one rims all out. Battle for the rebound, brought down by Jones. And that's going to be a foul on Spencer. Comets looking to push their record here to overall 12-5 and 8-1 in league play as we watch those top-rated rankings in OSAA. It's Churchill at number 1, Silverton Foxes, which I'm still not positive that's plural, but that's what it says at the OSAA website. I need to bring up an old English teacher, maybe Geraldine McCracken or somebody, just to, hey, set me straight on this Foxes thing.
Right.
But then the Comets come in at number 3. The Willamette Wolverines are 4. And number 5, I believe, is the team from South Albany. We have some interesting games up north. I can't wait for the scores to come in tonight, Jason, and they may affect the overall rankings. Those games are Silverton, the Foxes. Right. They're traveling to West Albany. And then Wilsonville, who we know is a perennial power at 5A.
Yes, Wilsonville is tough.
And they're traveling to Parkrose tonight. So a couple interesting games up north at the 5A level. Rebound brought down by Spencer Higginson with 30 seconds left to go. Again, we'll have a player up here for the My Circle K post-game report here on Table Rock Sports. We're going to do it as quick as possible before we sign off. So stick with us if you want to see a great high school student here from Crater High School up here in the booth for a few words. That's going to do it. Score of 84-31. We'll be right back for the My Circle K post-game report on Table Rock Sports.
Table Rock Sports would like to thank you fans for watching tonight and for your great comments on our new YouTube-based Lithia Superstore Game Center. Located on the homepage of our website, you can watch multiple streams live or go full screen with your favorite team's game. One way to help us keep this great service going is by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Just type Table Rock Sports in the search bar and click on the red subscribe button. You'll be entered to win prizes and get notices on local sporting events before they go live. You help us with a click, we'll help keep you in the game when you can't be there live, and you'll have a chance to win crispy, crunchy chicken and 2020 game tickets to an Oregon College event. Subscribe today.
Circle K is your on-the-go tailgate headquarters. Whether it's a home game or a road game, when you need a big play, call on My Circle K. From their always fresh premium brewed coffee, ice-cold fountain drinks and sodas, fresh made-for-travel deli items. When it comes to special teams, nothing is more special than My Circle K's Kickback Reward Program. Rewards every purchase, every time. Find them, follow them, throw a tailgate party with them. MyCircleK.com.
Listen up, everyone. Listen up. You know that great deal got him a new car? This is the guy from Lake who made it all possible, Carlos. Hey, Carlos. You want someone who's going to take care of you and not just the dealership? My guy should be your guy.
Hola, Carlos.
But not for you, little sister. Thank you for coming.
Find your guy during Jeep Adventure Days going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford and on lithiasuperstore.com. Not a dealership, a partnership.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 40 years. Bill's Glass in Ashland and Medford, and now Bill's Glass in Grants Pass.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Hey, and welcome back here to Crater High School. Jeff Lang alongside Jason Brewster, and we also have a special guest with us. This is Malachi Grant, 6'5" junior postman for Coach Chris Schmerbach's Crater Comets. Overall record now pushed to 12-5. League record moves to 8-1. They come away with a win tonight against the Ashland Grizzlies by a score of 84-31. Malachi, congratulations. Southern Oregon Sports Commission Player of the Game.
Great contribution from Malachi tonight. 9 points, 2 big blocks, one with 2 hands. That seemed a little unnecessary. And then 2 rebounds to go with it. Yeah. So good contribution from Malachi tonight.
Can you talk a little bit about what the approach was tonight by Coach Schmerbach coming into this Midwestern League matchup?
So basically, every year Ashland seems to come in and do a little bit better here than they would normally anywhere else. So we wanted to give them no hope from like the beginning of the game to make sure that they wouldn't even be able to pose a threat, basically, and I think we did that pretty well. Good.
Yeah, you absolutely did. You guys came out hard and created that separation. Can you talk a little bit about what your role is on this squad?
I mainly go with I bring out defensive energy and get some rebounds, and if I can, I get a few points up every once in a while. But mostly on the defensive end, that's where I shine.
You enjoy that? Is that something that you like, Malachi? I've seen you know, in the last few games you've played in, you've been looking for and getting some nice blocks. Is that, you know, Nate Biddle, obviously, he's kind of a shot blocking machine, but you've been kind of right behind him with those.
Yeah, it's just like I just go for them, and then it feels good when I do get one. So
it's kind of exciting for you, and it gets the team going.
One of the best feelings probably is getting a nice block.
Good.
Goals or aspirations, 7 games left for the Comet here in the regular season. What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to playing Churchill again. We'd like to get him back and win, and then we would love to get to the state tournament.
Sure.
You know?
So that's forward coming. Again, games to come in Corvallis. We hope to be there with you. But Southern Oregon Sports Commission Player of the Game. This is Malachi Grant, a 6'5" junior for Coach Schmerbach's Comets. We'll be right back on TableRockSports.net.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Crater Foundation, who provides scholarship assistance to every graduating senior from Crater High School who applies for one, and provides scholarship assistance to students continuing their education after completing at least 1 year of college. Since its inception, the Crater Foundation has awarded over $4.38 million in scholarship assistance to more than 4,085 Crater High graduates. The Crater Foundation is dedicated to providing these scholarships to Crater High grads and relies solely upon the support of the community, individuals, local businesses and organizations, alumni, and District 6 staff members to do so. Become a part of the Crater Foundation community and contribute to making dreams a reality. If you're interested in making a donation or sponsoring a scholarship, please contact us by email at craterfoundation@district6.org or by phone at 541-494-6308.